Excuse the dog that is barking because she barks at anything. Oh, anything by everything, meaning out of the blue, everything. Just to say it at least. But I have to say one thing about this is I didn't expect to know that this virus is going to make where you can't do church or can't do much with the church because they just wanted to protect everyone, and I'm mad at the virus. But all yesterday I was just like, okay, it's just because of the snowstorm, it's just the virus and everything. And I was just like, okay. So I was like, okay, I do church next week, okay. And then realizing, no, I hate change and I hate everything about it. And I know everyone's probably struggling the same way as me. But with me, with recovery, this has been hard because since I've been recovering, all I wanted to do is be at the church. Because, I don't know, I'm just weird. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but the church is like a home with me. And to be rightly honest, it's more like you are a church body, a temple of everything. And it was a pizza guy. That's why the dog was barking. But yeah, and so I just wanted to be around people. Luckily, I got to see Alicia, one of the team members there, which, it's a story about that. A funny story about that. I had a good time just doing that whole story about that. It's on, you just, to read back yesterday with a picture of me and another person. I look so happy to see him. Yeah. So anyways, that was such a blessing, everything, but I know I won't be seeing any of her or any other people at Hot Springs, probably video chat, calling, or groups, and this has been a nightmare. I'm not going to Face Them because that's the only church that I know that's open, and I'm not switching to churches again and going there because I just said goodbye to it a month ago. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's only temporary, but I'm such an extreme extrovert and a butterfly social. And my grandpa on my mom's side is social too. And we thought a guy would be social, but he is a social butterfly. My grandma really wasn't. So my mom is social butterfly, and I'm over the top of social butterfly. So imagine me just lost my mind on Sunday. It was me. So I look back at my life and I feel like, yes, we are a church temple and we are a temple in the hearts of God. But for me, it just pushed me over the edge a little bit because some people need that powerful in the church. Because me, comes down to being a church building and doing photography, serving, and being around people is the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. And as I'm not with that, the next couple of weeks, it just pushes me. I feel like I push away from God, and I'm trying to not do that. That's been a challenge. But I look back at my past, and all I could do is cry because I wish that I'd never done that. Regret God, and just really pushing back on God, and I realizing that I really should have ever done that because of that. And I know my parents did their greatest job to get me to church, but this has been a huge setback for me. And I know it's okay because I just gone to that church for 8 weeks, and by the 9th and 10th week, maybe 11th week, that I'm going to have to be out of the church. And I just got into it all. Being around church people and not have much anxiety, this just pushed me over the edge a little bit. And everyone has a story like that, but for me, it's like being around people that God really shows me so much things. When people love me, they love me well, and when people do that and I feel that, it's God's ways of trying to get to me, and you can't be socially reacted. That just really, I'm not trying to regard this as a bad way. I think it's just also God's teaching me a lesson and teaching you guys a lesson, not just only me. But this is a season of just for me just to not push myself away, because I've already pushed myself away with everything else, and it really wasn't the greatest idea, and I had not had been the best experience because that situation. And also my parents, when they got divorced, they didn't much take us to church. I haven't really done into like I kind of just denied God, and I regret that 100%. Don't regret God, because then it ends up you being lonely and not with God and isolating yourself. Don't isolate yourself. When this virus ends, I'm just really want to let you guys know that you're loved no matter what. The circumstances I realize in God's with me. I'm not alone. Number 2 is I will not forsake this situation of this. I'm not trying to lose my mind over this or complain about it, but I know that it's an evil thing that's happening. But like my boyfriend was saying, God's doing this to be bad, and it's just evil. I'm like, I told him no. I strictly said to him that because of like this, it's going to draw people closer to God. And this worst time that you can have, it really draws closer to God. And even though this has been a very big process for everyone, not just me, it's I just want you to know that you guys are not alone. I'm feeling to what you're feeling, because I know that sometimes I feel that way, but I know I have to think out of the box. And I thought this is also encouragement for you, is stay in the Word, try to do church online, even though you can't be in person. If you do a church group that is live on Facebook, do it. Do it. Like, just do it, because that might be the only reaction that you could have in 1 week. And I work at Walmart, and this hasn't been a process for me, not being around Christian people. This has been hard for me because God uses people in a church that is a church temple that really just draw me closer. And I give around because I know God is showing me this, and this has been a crazy thing. And also I'm really worn out, so excuse this mess of everything. I kind of have a huge headache and everything, so just been not feeling good still. But I still want to go to church, but I can't. But it was sucky because I live literally not so far from the church, and you realize they have church live, and you were dying to just walk there. That drove me over the wall. So, I mean, just laugh at that, because I'm laughing at that. It's just like self-control. Also, self-control, because that has been not easy for me. Learning self-control in the season where I'm at, where I got myself in big doo-doo, went to ER last Monday because of eating too much protein bars. Not the best thing. I've learned my lesson. Rude awakening, the worst thing I could have done is that. So learning to not do that, be self-control, not go to church when they do live video, because that just pushed me over the edge. So yeah, this has been a journey of self-control, you guys. You have no flipping idea. Let's put it that in. But I hope you guys just, I don't know, do self-control. But I hope Walmart doesn't close, because I want to be with social reaction there instead of church, because I want both of them I just want both of them open, but one can't because they want to protect people wisely. For me, I go to Walmart and risking my life, I know how I'm like, okay. So I know this is appreciation for everyone that like is trying to do work and do this, and there's certain people that do work at home and school, and I wish I could do that, but Walmart's not that way. And so that just has been a process. But you guys, I hope you take this to courage, even though I'm a huge rattle with things. But emotionally, stably, just get through this next 2 weeks, and I'll be praying for you guys. I know that has been hard, and as a social butterfly, that is hard to regret not doing church and look back in my past and realizing what you should have had done and you should have had, and I regret that 100%. And I think as that God brought me that in my mind, it's just those haha moments are hard to look back, because you just realize you can't really regret church, because when you regret church, you really deny God, and as you deny God, you're not a temple of God. If you not denying God, then it's not like, it's just, I mean, it's my just my provision. And this has been a hard time, but I think I realized how blessed I am to be at a church that I started going to, and I cannot believe that God has been showing me so much in this past season of just this year. And it's been challenging and rewarding and very blessing, but this is not a fun blessing. But I think God just pushed me, as yesterday looking back, that I did regret God and regret going to church, but I wish that I'd never done that before, because that I look back and I cry because I shouldn't have done that. So you have to, I think this virus is just teaching me something, and I hope it's teaching you guys something too, because as a Christian, when God teaches you something, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And this has been hard for me, but I know this is a reason for it. And as I'm still healing from my past, I need to do it alone and not at church, because you are a church holy body of a temple in your heart. And I never grasped that till now, I think, for me, because I never heard of it much this long. But like, just teaching yourself to just be like, you a godly person, you need this to teach you stronger. So I let you guys go. Have a good Monday. Hope you be safe 2 weeks. Don't get it. Be praying for all you guys. The kids at home, that must be just insane for 2 weeks. Work at home, that might be insane 2 weeks. For me, I'm blessed to just be at work. And I take that for sure gratefulness and blessing. Even though I can't do church, at least I do work. So I have to be blessed by that, because that just is pushing me to be happy. Let you guys go. Bye.